back here at the GSL Code S. It's time for the winners match. Both these guys, I want to put a disclaimer here. They're both amazing players, but these are not the two players that Artosis and I thought we would be casting in the winners match.
I think no one did. Solar and Maru have been on fire for an extremely long time. They're both top of their races, right? We consider both within the top 4 of their race.
Top 3.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
So it is a surprise. But Patience and JJAKJI both played extremely well. Definitely some refreshing play out of these guys who have had their ups and downs for sure. Who do you think takes it, though?
You know what? I'm going to say JJAKJI.
I think JJAKJI, too.
He looked really good.
Yeah.
Unless that was Maru not playing, or playing much, much, much worse than he normally does. I feel like JJAKJI looks so good that he might be able to dismantle Patience as long as Patience can't pull a fast one on him early on.
I pretty much agree with you on this. Like, I think JJAKJI absolutely can take this one. He's always been extremely good in TVP as well. This is something people forget. This guy was on NS Hoso way back in the beginning of the world. Right after the Big Bang, he was found on NS Hoso, a team of Protoss players, and has always been very, very strong in this matchup. So, yeah, I can feel it.
Okay, we're going to Abyssal Reef. One of these two players, by the time this best of 3 is completed, will move on to the round of 16. Patience versus JJAKJI. Let's do this.
Fight!
I'm running for the river. You can ride, you can fly, you can tell them that you tried, but there ain't no going back. You'll never catch me.
Pause.
We should make our own band.
Yeah.
You know.
We could make.
What's the name of Jack Black's little kind of make-believe band that actually makes some music?
It makes a lot of money.
Yeah. What is the name of that? Tenacious D.
Tenacious D.
We could call
They're pretty
our
good.
band also Tenacious D. My name's Dan.
Yeah. We could
Tenacious
call it
T.
Tenacious D for Dan. Tenacious D for dinosaurs. Am I
Yes.
onto something? So we had the game pods there. I believe it was,
Tastosis D.
yeah. That's some real double meaning right there. Yeah. The grown-ups won't get it, but the kids sure will. The kids sure will get it. Yeah.
Yes.
They'll be like,
I didn't even think of that.
I'm in on it with Tastosis.
Dead Pixels.
And then our tracks can have really sick names. Like our first track is PogChamp, and like our
Oh, yeah.
we just do total meme it out.
Yeah.
This is starting to become a good idea. We
Song
might want
number
to
1
stop
could be
saying
Feels
things.
Bad Man, but then
Oh, my
song
God.
number 14 could be Feels Good Man.
Oh my
Team
god.
Revolution. JJAKJI.
And then there's a secret track if you bought the CD that you have, or actually the tape, I guess, right? It was always
Yeah.
on tape, so it was like you had to listen to static for a bit to get to it.
Yeah,
And then, you know what that'll be called? Gray Face, No Space.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
And then we can have on our record, we can have one of those songs that plays backwards where we really tell kids to worship the devil.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's
let's do it,
perfect.
man.
That's so good.
Why don't we do what they did?
I think this is a legit idea.
I think this
Actually, we
is-
should move on this.
We got to get out of this esports stuff and make our own band. Can we do this, whatever they did in the 90s where we have stupid, not funny prank calls in between each song?
We can absolutely do this.
Absolutely torment our listeners by having these just god-awful, not funny.
We can prank call all
Poorly-
of our friends and stuff.
This is me prank calling my agent. All right, this is the hype around the GSL announcer voice pack. You definitely got to check that out. You want to be yelled at in Korean.
Yes.
It's a great experience.
I'm trying to think of some of these prank calls. We can call Rapid, right? And he picks up,
Yeah.
he's like, hello? Like,
Yeah.
is your refrigerator
Yeah.
on? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you're dumb. And I hang up. That's a good prank call right
Yeah,
there.
that's great. That's really good. We're going to have a lot of copycats. We better watch it before the Jerky Boys get on to us.
I know.
Okay, so what's going on? Who's playing in this game? What are we doing? We have Patience going for a quick expand here. We have the Reaper looking around the map.
We're going to do some Bart Simpson pranks.
Yeah.
Like we call Bart. I'm like, hey, is there a Nick there? They're like, Nick who? I'm like, Nick Plot. And I hang up. Like, see, I asked if you were there, but you're actually next to me. He's not going to find you.
What was it in Arrested Development when they're like trying to do the prank calls and the girl calls and she's like, hey, what's going on? Rubberneck. hangs up the phone.
I don't remember this part.
It's
That's
like,
great,
like Rubberneck. What is that?
yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh, my God.
So, Stargate Tech here. While the Reaper's still scouting around, definitely JJAKJI.
There's a StarCraft game going on. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so it was one base from Patience, and JJAKJI made his command center on high ground, and then kept the Reaper at home to kill the probe that was trying to do the pylon rush, which kind of, like, dudded the whole early pressure, right? Like, you can still send the Mothership Core across and see if you can get something done, but now the Reaper even going to get some kills? Oh, my God. JJAKJI.
JJAKJI, so far, so good. Looks like he will get away before the Adept can hunt him down, leaving the opportunity to possibly dive in again, try to gain some more intel. Let's see if the Oracle can get anything done. Of course, it's not as important that the Oracle... I mean, well, obviously it helps a lot if it gets SCV kills, but you do need that later on to try to tag the medevacs. And something we were talking about, I think it was the last cast or the cast before the last cast we did, that the most important point in tagging the army is actually to tag the first 2 medevacs that come out.
Yeah,
because
if you can do that,
you can basically try to keep doing it.
Yeah, you can kind of follow a big chunk of the army for a very long time. Ooh, wow, that was swift movement right there, no doubt.
That doesn't get it right. No, he's got to back out.
Even had the SCV going to kind of make sure it wasn't going to go down. And the Viking already out, so he's going to push this back. Good defense so far by JJAKJI. He is just really on top of absolutely everything, isn't he?
He really is, and I got to say, seeing him play like this, where it's not even just the overarching idea of what he's trying to do that's working, but all the fine-tuned movements in between, the fact that he's able to cover all of his bases each time he does anything is really impressive.
Seriously, like his play, if it were a bunk bed, he would be on the top bunk right now, you know? Like, this is just really swift stuff coming out of him. Look at this now, making siege tanks and an additional Viking. Aww. Okay, he canceled the Viking. I was getting a little bit confused on that. Like 2 Vikings. You can kind of utilize them, right, to push things back. And oh, I guess he did make 2. Never mind.
God, he is so close to that Widow Mine. He wants to fish him in, and
oh my God,
works.
It works. Yeah. Kills one of these Phoenixes off.
Great connect there. Does not... Well, not bad tagging, I guess.
Yeah, that's
he has
pretty
an idea
decent.
of what's going on.
I mean, you get that many Marines, they're not going to move out without those Marines. So, you know, if there is a move out, it's going to be something like a Widow Mine drop, nothing too big.
Hey, great scout here by JJAKJI. Gets confirmation on exactly when that Nexus is going to finish. Now goes up into the main. Let's see what he sees up here.
It gets picked off really quickly. Doesn't get to see the tech. It's all at the natural, actually. Okay, so Blink on the way. And he's made Phoenixes with this as well. Normally when you go Blink first, you're going to go double Oracle rather than some Phoenixes. Of course, the Phoenixes definitely can still be very useful, but it leaves like a little bit of damage off that you were looking for, so we'll see how that works out for him. Looks like the 3rd base is something that JJAKJI is preparing to take.
And once again, the
tagging,
tagging constantly going down here as he tries to monitor this. We saw that the 2nd Phoenix had to be remade. You really do want 2 Phoenixes along with that Oracle. And we have the big gateway explosion coming out now, where we will see if Patience can develop the muscle, assuming he can push correctly, to start trying to shut JJAKJI down. JJAKJI will most likely be relying on trying to drop and counter drop and trying to outmaneuver the Protoss. Terran has more agility at this phase of the game with medevacs. If medevacs didn't have boost, it'd be a different story, but the burden of the Protoss is to try to coordinate an attack moving out without the Terran punishing him before that Protoss attack can actually start up. Occasionally we get a base trade. With all that said and done, we'll have to see.
So right now, Patience making Immortals and going up to 8 gates, like, he's going to need to stomp the first attack that comes in, but JJAKJI doesn't look like he's really prepping to attack, which is probably a very good call here. Like, the type of build that Patience is opened up with is like pretty safe overall, as long as you micro well when this first attack comes in, know where it's coming from. You should be able to stop it as the Protoss player.
Oh my God, the Marine didn't get it. Okay. That would have been very helpful to even just see the pylon there.
Absolutely.
So that will really give you confirmation of where the Protoss is going to try to counterattack with. So in this case, it's going to be, since JJAKJI is going to be the initiator. I thought for just a weird second, I thought he tagged the rock.
Well, it was one of the things
Yeah.
tagged, I guess.
I thought that was the game plan. I'm like, no, you don't tag the Rock. That doesn't help. That's the worst thing to tag.
That's how you watch The Rock and see if it's being taken down.
That's how you know instead of leaving your army there or an Oracle or anything else. So in this case, Protoss is going to try to probably make a few adepts and try to shade them into counterattack from that proxy pylon.
Yeah.
And JJAKJI already moving back. He didn't actually scout that, right?
No, he doesn't know about the pylon. Like, his Marine was sent down, but the probe, like, kind of just snuck through. So this is definitely something that could do a lot of damage. I don't know if the rally is... Okay, he sees it coming before it gets there, so at least he should be able to save his SCVs for the most part.
Faked him out. So, Protoss will try to take a 4th base. Terran has had to retreat back home out of measures of safety. And Protoss is going to try to continue to grow and grow and grow. Now, the longer the game goes on, the more developed the army is for Protoss, which means they just have more tools at their disposal to try to engage the Terran. That's not to say that Terran doesn't continue to develop their own tech.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a very specific point where Protoss has way more opportunities to try to engage across the map, while Terran, it kind of remains consistent. Terran also has the ability to hold their ground with Liberators later on.
Yeah, the Liberators are really the big part here, right? Because overall, the strategy Patience is using, this is all the rage right now, right? You just go blink and glaives, you get a bunch of units and go into Colossus tech before your 4th, and it's really, really strong. But as you get these Liberators out, like, if these get into position sieged, it's really hard to break that correctly with this type of army.
Okay. He's actually got... Protoss has a really good angle if he wants to, but it looks like with the Liberation field set up, you pretty much want to avoid being underneath the Liberation zones.
Yeah.
Unless you have to fight or you know you can kill the Liberators with your Stalkers with a good blink. And as you can see, this is really well done by JJAKJI. The number of...
Whoa, I think that was a mistake. The rest of his army is so far away. That was
You never see anything die that fast.
Yeah,
wow.
Maybe he was microing these over here or something? I'm not sure.
I was going to comment on the fact that the way that JJAKJI's stacking the Widow Mines up is so that if the Stalkers blink at all, they immediately all die. And let's see if Protoss can keep pushing in. The area that Terran has secured here is going to make it almost impossible, minus a Disruptor coming in, for this infantry to be engaged into the Liberator. Oh, man, if he gets it... that was really good.
God. No one really makes Disruptors at this point in the game, so that... Like, he was not ready for that Disruptor hit. That is a fact. But now he blinks on top of all those mines. He's going to lose a lot right there.
Yeah, well, you know what? He probably thought he had... Well, no, actually, the mines were tagged. I was going to say he probably thought he hadn't... he'd gotten all of them, but no, he had not.
That was one of the craziest blink forwards I've ever seen, but it goes to show this is Patience that we're watching, right? And he's known for crazy blinks.
Yeah, he's kind of the opposite of his name. He really is. He's oftentimes not patient in his games.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Better split going on now. These Disruptors will be able to get a few kills, at least, on these mines, so definitely a good way to deal with some of the mines. But, he hasn't gotten into any Colossus tech. He's just utilizing the Disruptors. So a lot of this game comes down to how good the hits are.
Okay, coming in now.
Okay, good hits. Can't deny those ones, but he does import... Oh, wow, those force fields just immaculate as well. A blink up right there to pick off these Liberators, and it looks like JJAKJI overcommitted, even though it really didn't look like it at the beginning. Wow, Patience with this Disruptor play, I think really surprising JJAKJI. The norm right now is so not that.
Yeah, the Disruptors saved the day there.
Yeah, they really did. Like, killing 4 or 5 Widow Mines that first hit. If you don't do that, man, you're never breaking that. Absolutely not.
By the way, JJAKJI's been beaten up pretty badly. Even though he did manage to take the Nexus out, his army supply is much lower than his opponent. And it might be a lot more difficult for the Protoss to try to, the Terran to try to get another base up and running. Now, that being said, it seems like JJAKJI wants to go for some harass here. Now, that, of course, can be a double-edged sword, because if you start to hemorrhage Liberators and Medevacs, Protoss does not get any further behind. In fact, they basically stay in the same lead.
Now, JJAKJI is getting a second starport, so he's definitely looking at massing Liberators at this point, which, makes a lot of sense, especially if you get into any sort of position that isn't very comfortable in TVP. A lot of the times, the best option is going to be to mass up Liberators and try to make a situation where Protoss can't engage you well. So we'll see if he's able to do that, but we haven't seen a Fusion Core, right? So without the range, the Liberators are not nearly as scary for Protoss.
Okay. We have the Adepts now splitting up and doing a lot of damage. Looks like JJAKJI might be a little bit preoccupied here. Now, the Colossus is actually in a pretty good location. It's hard for the army to run down that ramp, and you can get abusive with disruptors if you want to stay in this position, assuming you don't overstay your welcome. But I guess he's not going to do that. I was going to say he could chuck the disruptor shots. That's unfortunate. He could chuck the disruptor shots up and try to take out infantry there.
Yeah. In fact, you might be able to get some still. Oh, nice. I mean, killing a few Marauders is cool as long as you don't lose your disruptors to do it. Still,
wow. 25 kills on the workers now. Really nice play. He might even be able to get some of these adepts over here, which is going to be even more damage.
Ooh. Yeah, going to kill a few more SCVs even, and still poking with such a small army.
More like Pokeshins. This is so good.
Oh my god. Pokeshins over here.
Pocahontas is what he is.
Pocahontas, wow, that's really good. Oh
this is pretty brutal. I think that JJAKJI has basically been dismantled. He's well, no, hold on. Actually, this actually could backfire.
Yeah.
This is all of his key tech.
Unless his mothership core is there.
Look at these Colossi trying to run through here.
Oh my god, this is gross. Okay, well, a bunch of Liberators help him to clean this up as well as you could ever hope.
This is actually the most important part of this entire game here. Because even though Terran's been beaten up pretty badly, actually, dude, Terran's at 16 workers, but even though Terran's been beaten up pretty badly, the Protoss' tech has been reset.
Yeah, he's killed off all of the Valba units in the army, so killing these Liberators is going to be incredibly hard. Look, are you going to kill all these Liberators with 3 sentries, 2 Phoenix, and 2 Stalkers? No, you're absolutely not.
Magic 8 Ball says no.
And he did lose a lot of his probes, too. It's not like he has this sick economy that can just instantly refill a couple rounds of Stalkers, right? So he is struggling to get any units together. And in fact, he's just sitting in front of his expansion, so he lets JJAKJI get into position here. Not like he had a whole lot to say about it, but yeah, JJAKJI should be able to finish from here, I think.
Well, let's see. He has to make it work with this army he has right here, right now. Now, there is another Nexus being made just at the bottom left on the mini-map of where we're looking at right now. I don't believe it's finished yet.
Yeah.
We don't have the production tab up here. Protoss should be mining out of his 3 bases very quickly as well. But maybe Protoss can try to come in here and punish when Terran tries to relocate.
Yeah, like you have to catch him when the Liberators are unsieged.
Right.
But, I mean, the Marauders slow you down. It makes it really hard to get out.
Are there any Marines?
Like 1.
Okay.
So I guess the Phoenixes can do pretty well, too, huh?
I think that's actually game then.
Oh, my God.
Yep, that's game. Artosis, it's game.
Is it?
It's game.
Is it game? What game? I don't know. Like, I mean, JJAKJI still has, like, mules dropping in bio and medevacs. I think JJAKJI can still take this. He lost the Liberators.
I suppose, actually, with the number, you might be right,
like,
actually. With the number of medevacs that are out, they don't have a ton of energy. With the number of medevacs that are out, maybe he can supplement just Marauders bashing through.
Yeah, it could be.
He doesn't quite have enough sentries to make. Well, hold on. Let's see. It all comes down to the micro.
Well, there's not really going to be any splash. Oh, he does micro back the Colossus. This is crazy.
That's it. GG.
Okay, so that game definitely could have gone either way. We had a lot of seesaws in who was winning, and in fact, those Liberators, instead of attacking that base, what if he had pulled everything back, reinforced with those units he had at home that just came up and died? If he had done that, I think he wins that game 100%. Like after killing the 4th, right? Kill the 4th, back up, reinforce, come back. That's a ball that you're not breaking with that little attack patience, dude. He got to fight the army in 2 halves there.
I gotta say, that was a great game by both players.
Yeah.
I think JJAKJI was doing a very good job, but Patience really got in there and completely scrambled the base defensive setup.
Yeah.
It goes to show you, even in Terran on 3 bases, somebody like Patience can actually shift with the depths, get the army dislocated, and then take the rest of his army all the way through there. Now, even though he lost the core unit composition, JJAKJI had no workers and had to try to engineer a win with only the units he had remaining. And that is a tall order. Patience shut it down. Game number 2 is going to be on Odyssey.
Indeed it is. Kind of small map right here. Definitely one that JJAKJI can win, but losing that game on Abyssal going to really hurt him. A good Terran map as well.
Fight.
Let's do this right now. Patience with a 1-0 lead. Time for JJAKJI to come back or get shut down.
You can fly, you can tell them that you tried, but there ain't no going back. They'll never catch me.
In the bottom right in the blue, he is
Dead Pixels. Patience.
in the upper left in the red. He is.
Team Revolution, JJAKJI.
A GSL Code S champion, so back down!
Yeah, it's
Doubters.
He's the only champion in this group, man.
Some nerd just backed away from his computer for a second. Whoa! Whoa, Taster's got a point.
Oh my gosh.
Man, Taster's really put me in line back there.
That's what you've been doing all day, man, on the bunker and stuff?
Yeah.
By the way, guys, all you watching here, most of you weren't at the bunker. There were people in the
Most
chat.
people don't even know about the bunker.
There are people in the chat who were at the bunker.
I know the bunker. It's a tearing building. No, the pre-show of the GSL that we do.
Well, I just want you guys to know that the people in the chat who were at the bunker, they're in charge of you. They're your betters. So next time, go to the bunker and you can be one of them. But for now, they're in charge of you, so do what they say.
They're your big brother nerds, so just deal with it. You're getting the hand-me-downs for now.
That's it.
You're getting those overalls that don't quite fit.
Yeah, they get all the hot water in the bathroom. You got to wait.
Yeah. So, Probe coming in here right away. Patient's definitely interested in seeing exactly what JJAKJI's up to. Of course, JJAKJI did cheese in game number 2 against Mario. Well, it wasn't too much. It was a proxy.
Yeah, proxy Reaper. There's no better macro build.
He's making buildings in the middle of the map. That's going to really help him out when he has more workers and a new expansion later on.
Yes. It's so true. If he kills his opponent's SUVs, that's the same as making SUVs himself.
Look at this. He's got a pylon up here at the top center.
Okay, so proxy
Patience pulling a
Stargate.
JJAKJI.
Patience
Pulling a JJAKJI.
Oh, boy. He's looking for the tech. He's like, you're not making Warp Gate or a mothership core? Where is everything? This is super common right now. Everyone's proxying their Stargates.
Yeah.
Trying to get their stuff in there right before
In fact, if you don't see him proxying a Stargate, you got to assume they're cheesing you. By trying to survive in a normal game.
Like, wow, do you even know how to macro? There's like a Stargate in his main.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, scrub.
He makes a Stargate in his main. It's like, slow down, cowboy. This ain't my first rodeo.
This is such a great idea. That cheese is macro.
Yeah, this is the new meta, guys.
It's the upside down world.
Macro is cheese, and cheese is macro.
And Solar versus Maru is our loser match.
That's right.
Oh, my God.
Okay, center's finished. Let's see how JJAKJI handles this. It will be Patience is going to be the first to initiate.
Oh, I just have all these great ideas right now.
Yeah.
It's like this, the Oracle's going to get in there and see eBay. He's like, wow, you upgrade cheeser.
Yeah, look
trying
at
to
you.
get +1.
I'm gonna get stronger, you know, so I win in the late game.
It's complete opposite world. You see them going Command Center first. You pause the game and call them trash.
Wow, this is the only way you can win.
They
Is
beat you in a
SUVs.
30-minute game. Well, look at you. You think you're so much better than me because you just want to sit in your base and make units instead of trying to build stuff outside of me.
Oh, my God.
New meta.
These are such great ideas. Oh, Tasteless, can you bring us back to Wings of Liberty with this depot?
Oh, hold up. Yeah. Well, I'll get to it in a second. Let me see this. Oracle survives.
That surround.
All right. Okay, we're going to go back in the past, right? You see that depot down there? You might be saying, wait a minute, that's going to block his workers. How's he going to mine? How's he going to mine efficiently? Hold on. I'm going to give him a second to do it. Oh, we're not going to get on camera. God damn it.
Jesus.
What you do, guys, is you lower the depot.
Yeah,
So
tell
when
your new
when
friends.
when your friend's behind you, he's like, wasn't that your line? See, there it goes. You lower your depot.
Tasteless
Go, watch
used to
this.
say this all the time.
Yeah.
And it shows how old JJAKJI is.
Yeah.
I mean, you show this to, like, innovations, be like, what the hell is that depot doing there?
And then JJAKJI goes, watch this, and hits the R button and just goes down.
And Kumio's sitting there, he's like, I know what that depot's doing there. I have 16 code S's too. Like, yeah, Gumio, shut up. Okay, we know. You're a champion too. Yeah.
Okay. Everything on the building's been tagged. This is also a great tag to get everything set up. You know exactly what the tech's going to be. Patient's doing a good job. That was his second Oracle. Yeah, because, he lost the first one to the...
It was brought back.
It was,
it's a White Walker Oracle.
that's right.
Look at its blue eyes.
By the way,
you can
man,
tell.
Game of Thrones.
It's back.
It's back.
Spoiler alert, it's back.
It's back. Spoiler alert, they're dragons. So,
There's a throne somewhere, or possibly multiple thrones.
yes, possibly... hold on. Let's
look
see.
at this kind of cute move. He's bringing in 3 stalkers, put some pressure on all of his units coming up from his naturals. Well, we don't see this too often, but he has really knows what tech is here.
I think he can actually get in here and punish Widow Mines. He's got 2 Oracles, right? Oh, actually, are there any Widow Mines down here? I'm sorry.
I don't think that there's any down here. They're in the main base,
okay.
But he will need to pull them down. The thing is, there's still a good amount of units here.
Well, he got a Viking first, so he might be able to do enough damage, especially with the Viking landing here. If he brings the 2 Oracles in, he might be able to, as Artosis would say, mow down a lot of these Marines. Here we go.
Oh, wow. Well, he's definitely mowing those down.
Oh, look at
this. The Viking even has to go up. Oh, my God,
that is
crazy.
It works.
Yeah, that was really good.
All these slimy Terran scumbags are trying to hide Widow Mines there, and this is what Protoss do to you.
Yeah.
Until they lose the Oracle the exact same way. All right.
Have fun making units in your base.
Try to macro up. I'll show you how to really play the game.
3-gate macros.
Try to macro against me. I've been playing this game for 7 years, kid. I know what I'm doing.
And JJAKJI taking so much damage
I don't think this has sustainability, though, with just,
well, he has only
like stalkers here.
He only has like 3 gates, right? So that was like really good micro on the stalkers and everything, and the oracles. He really knew exactly when to turn those things on and send them in. If I was playing Tesis with my low ladder score, I'd probably get in there and he has concussive shells, so it just falls apart. I'm like, why do you have concussive
You better your
shells?
attack is exactly 3 minutes later, too.
Yeah, he has 2-2 in stim.
You get a pro replay and you try to do the same thing. You're like, well, how did I push out 2 minutes and 50 seconds later than this guy? I must have. You look, you're like, well, I did miss 3 pylons. Jesus, I'm bad.
2 minutes and 50 seconds is so long.
I know.
I love it. It's so good. Oh, my God.
Feel bad for these new guys to start playing.
Today.
I did exactly what Innovation did, and it didn't work. And somebody explained to me, it's like, you did not do anything like what Innovation did.
It wasn't even close.
It wasn't even close.
You both made Terran units. It's the only thing that's the same.
Just because we could take a photograph of both armies, and you might be like, yeah, it looks similar.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what's that at the bottom left? Look at the clock.
Yeah.
Why are you pushing out at 11:50?
Oh my gosh.
You pushed out at 8 minutes.
So funny.
Okay.
Ooh. That was a lot of damage he did get done, though. Like, he reduced the army size a lot with that. That was a very kind of cool and impressive attack. Okay, how many kills is Widow Mine truly going to do at the end of the day? 4? Well, I guess that wasn't as many as I was feeling. I was like, this is like at least an 8-kill here.
We can make that common mistake casters make where they're like, I wasn't impressed with that Widow Mine hit. It's like, slow down, man. He was doing a lot of stuff in this game. This guy's really good.
Well, you want him to micro every single thing in the whole world?
I'm really disappointed he didn't make everything happen perfectly.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of respect.
Once I saw Innovation do everything perfectly.
I can't even watch these players who don't play perfect games. So we have a pretty bold JJAKJI coming out, wiping out the remainder of the forces on the map. JJAKJI knows his army's tagged, obviously, but is still confident moving out and trying to do damage wherever he can. Adept Glaives is coming, as well as the Immortals beginning to increment out. So Protoss may be able to take this. I'm sorry, how many sentries does Protoss actually have?
He's got to have 3 or 4 at least.
Okay, so he's got enough to get the Guardian Shield and still have something. Now, because he's JJAKJI's willingly moving out on the map while his army's tagged, this does give an opportunity here for Patience to try to counter. That is so risky. Get those Stalkers back.
Yeah.
JJAKJI is going to... Okay, here we go. Not terrible.
Yeah, he brings the Liberators up, so that is really an important part. Great force fields, though. This is exactly how you have to do it with this strategy from Patience, just whittling units down. But now he's in a hard spot, right? Because coming up this little tiny ramp to fight, JJAKJI's got great position on him.
This is actually pretty awkward here
for
JJAKJI. Look at this. He is getting the Liberator taken out. This is way too thinned out, and the Immortal's in way too much of a good spot.
Yeah.
Oh!
And from there, this
Patience.
should be one that Patience picks up. Like, as long as he kills off these Widow Mines and everything, okay, see, he has an Observer right there. This is looking really good because JJAKJI is doing all of this off of 2 bases, whereas Patience is on 3. And if he can stomp that first attack, look at him, he's just making Immortals. He's got a ton of gateways. He's got Glaives done, Blink done, 1-1. Things are looking good.
Look at that depot that's landed or lowered right in the mineral patch. You guys are going to try that. Some of you guys haven't done that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's space efficient.
Oh, yeah. If you need somewhere to hide your depots, it's a great place for it.
So you're going to TVT and the siege tank starts to hit your SCVs and it kills the depot too. And you're like,
oh, my gosh.
Should I have done that? I did get to show off to my friend that's played 5 games before that you can lower that and it's kind of space efficient. But now I'm supply blocked.
JJAKJI's such a show-off.
So
this would wreck him if his Patience would just make siege tanks.
By the way, JJAKJI powered up on 2 bases. I think that they Adept counter might have been more effective, but JJAKJI didn't really have much to offer as far as countering goes. You basically try to counter into the line of units that are coming out here to reinforce the army. But it does appear that Patience is overall just getting a bigger, stronger army. Patience needs to stick with his ID, stay back, not attack, and get maxed out. I think he'll be good.
And now this is fantastic. Like doing a few blinks, and because Widow Mines always run out in front of the army, Liberators as well, sometimes even Medevacs. Like anything you can pick off with these on the way back, this is so worthwhile. Like he only lost like, what, 3 Stalkers maybe to kill 2 Liberators here? That is awesome. What a trade. Oh my god, and the depot goes up in the middle there. That's not good.
Okay, all that Patience really has to do is curve this attack. Some force fields come down. Medevacs are not in a position to do any pickups. Oh, and the Liberators are getting gunned in. I think Patience is probably going to win this game.
Oh, he's got it. Like this, that was
GG.
the last push. And I gotta say, I'm a little bit disappointed that JJAKJI didn't have the depot in his mineral line on a different hotkey, so that when he had to bring all the depots up, that didn't go up to wreck his mining.
I lost a lot of respect.
Yeah.
No, that was a great game by Patience. And dude, Patience gets out first, but JJAKJI, if he beat Maru, I think he can beat anybody in this group except for Patience, I guess. Now that I say that, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He still has a chance to move on.
He does. He does. Patience, though, playing very well. He's super on top of the metagame. This is very much the way that Protosses are playing right now, with a lot of times proxy Stargate into, you know, just getting Blink and then Glaives and just making a ton of units and stopping these Terran attacks. So very well done by Patience. And JJAKJI just not quite able to do anything against Patience in these games.
We are going to the winner's interview to see how Patience is feeling. No doubt elated, but of course, no doubt also going to give himself a D- on his on how he played, because this is StarCraft Esports.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, we're going to find out. That interview is ready to go right now.
네, 이변이 나왔습니다. 2주의 첫 번째 16강 진출자 조지현 선수입니다.
Yuri says, what an upset tonight. Congratulations. He says, thank you.
와, 축하드립니다. 조 1위 기분 만끽하셨어요?
네, 너무 좋은 것 같아요, 지금.
You're the first player to advance. How do you feel?
오늘 이번
I'm really
코데스가 네 번째 코데스였는데 최고 기록이 다 32강이었거든요.
This is your fourth Codes.
이렇게
And
32강 넘는 게
your best record
어때요?
prior was
힘든 것
round of
같아요?
32.
많이 힘들었어요.
Do you think it's really tough to make it to the round of 16?
네.
Well, first of all,
같은 조에
I'm really I'm really happy to be in the group nominations.
너무 강해서
네.
너무
I'm personally
힘들게 많이 해서
네.
이겼던 것 같아요.
그래요.
But
연습량,
between Solar,
그동안
Maru, and
32강에
JJAKJI,
머무를 때랑
those guys are all really
이번이랑
strong.
어떤 점이
So
다른 것 같아요?
I'm feeling
연습량의
pretty
차이라고
great.
생각하세요?
I'm glad my practice paid
이번에
off.
준비할 때는
Do you think about
네.
what the difference is between
제가 성적 잘 나올
now and then?
때처럼 그 연습을 엄청 많이 했거든요. 그래서
네.
그 많이 도와주신 분들한테
This time,
네.
I
오늘
really raised my
강민수
practice
선수와
hours
경기를
up more than I
했고,
normally
또
do.
정지훈 선수와 경기를 하셨어요.
And I'm really
네.
저그전에서 그
grateful to all
사도를
the people that
굉장히
helped me
많이 잘
practice.
쓰셨던 게 기억에
네.
남아요.
네.
이 세트는 사도 올인으로 선회했던 게
I remember you used
적중했던
to,
네.
그런 판단은 어떻게 내리셨어요?
일단은
when you defended JJAKJI's
연습
Reaper
상대가
really well,
저그가 많이 없어서 연습을 많이 못했는데
all your decision making, how did that pan out?
동영이 형이랑 연습할 때 동영이
네.
형이 그 빌드가 좋다고 그래서
네.
그 변형범
When I
선수
practiced against
빌드거든요.
Lena,
네.
그거 보고 바로 따라해서 네.
he gave me a lot of
이렇게
tips.
이동현 선수의 도움을 받았다.
He told me how
네, 이렇게 1위로 올라가고 조지현 선수는 항상 이렇게 잘 웃어요.
네.
오늘
Or
와서도 계속
told me
일찍
that,
오셔서 이렇게 웃는 모습
a lot of the
굉장히
builds
또
that he was
대기실에서
practicing against with other players were similar to the way that
칭찬이
JJAKJI played.
자자하더라고요. 좋다고
아,
주변 사람들이 이렇게 칭찬을 받고 있는데
네.
요즘 누구
People were
어떻게
saying how kind you are in person
즐거우세요?
and in general.
게이머로서 계속해서 스타2 리그에 도전하고 계신데
네. 그 성적은 잘 안 나왔어가지고 별로 안 기쁜데
As a StarCraft 2 pro
네.
gamer, you're constantly
웃으면서 살아야
네.
being very
좋을
encouraging
것
at
같아요.
tournaments.
네.
Tell us about that. Yeah.
그래서
웃는 편이에요.
네.
네, 평판이
I haven't
굉장히
achieved all the results that I've wanted to.
대기실에서도 조지현 선수를
But I
칭찬하는
think putting on a
분들밖에
smile,
없었어요.
아,
it brings on good luck.
그러시군요. 자, 이제 조지명식도 처음인데 원하시는 조지명식은 어떤 조지명식인가요?
You've got a great reputation for being a good guy.
쉬운 조로 가서 8강도 가보고 싶어서
I actually didn't catch that last part, guys.
He's got a great reputation for being a good
제일
person.
쉬운 조로 뽑히면 좋을 것 같아요.
네. 보통
I hope
처음
to fall into
올라가면
the easiest
많은
group in the
분들이
round of
뽑으려고
16.
하는데 걱정 안 되세요?
뭐 뽑으면 또 그에 맞게 연습해서
Since it's your first round of 16,
해야죠.
there are going to be a lot of people who are going to pick you.
이기도록 하겠다.
He says, yeah, if that's the
자,
case,
이번 코데스
guys will just have to practice harder.
굉장히 기대가 됩니다. 앞으로의 각오 팬분들께 한마디 해주시죠.
일단은 이번에 첫
Anything you want to say?
16강이기도 하고 연습
So this is my very
열심히
first round of
해서
16.
좋은 경기력으로 돌아올 테니
I will
많이
practice
응원
really hard.
부탁드립니다. 감사합니다.
I'm going to try my very best to get to round of 8. So please cheer for me and support me. Thank you. All right, that does it. Congrats to Patience. He, by the way, is a super nice guy.
He is.
He's one of our grinny guys. There's only a couple grinny guys in esports.
There are a few
Patience,
grinny guys.
Rotterdam,
Stats.
자,
Stats.
이번 주는
Yeah.
스타트 위크로
Yeah,
Rotterdam's definitely a grinny guy for sure.
계속해서 나흘간
So,
경기가 펼쳐집니다.
this
we have-
week in Codes, guys.
30시간 경기가
Today,
있다는 점
tomorrow,
기억해
the next
주시기
day,
바라고요.
and then like
이어서
not the day after that. That day sucks, but the day after that
Is
we're back.
amazeballs.
Yeah. So sick. And of
GSL
course,
versus the world is coming up.
yes.
Book it in your calendar. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not Monday, because it's all over.
That's right. But well, I guess Monday will be kind of crappy, but you will want to sleep in because I'm sure this is all on very late for a
Monday
lot of
is
you.
merely the hangover from all the fun you had during the GSL versus the world.
Don't forget to vote. Voting is open until 2 a.m. KST on Thursday, the 20th. And you can see all these great players that you can vote for.
Do the right thing. If you have the ability to vote, do it. Otherwise, Trump might be playing in the GSL versus the world, guys.
Yeah, nobody's had better
macro than me.
But
Seen it before. Well, that does it for now, guys. We're going to go to a short break. When we come back, the losers match in tonight's GSL Codes. So don't go away.